Two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Man, what's going down? Hold on. Turn up for Christ, burn up for life. Plus, my throat is dry. It feels good to be back in the building, man. I was trying to take a nap because I got to go to work in like 2 hours. I got to be at work in like 2 hours. And so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get my little Facebook up here. I got some really dope little videos that I was downloading, and I took a nap. And what happened is I didn't wake right back up. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I laid it down for like a quick second and tried to get it in, and then all of a sudden, man, when I woke up, it was like already like 7 o'clock. And it was time to rock. So let me see who all with me on my chats. I know it's a lot of people. What's up, CTP? Hey, listen, let me tell you something written out. Um, I don't even got words to describe the message that you sent me for Father's Day. And so I just want to say thank you. I'm blessed. Thank God that you know that we all cross paths through Loco Los. Happy Father's Day to Loco Los. Hey, what's up, Auntie Diane? Happy Father's Day to Lil Tommy, Big Tommy. Just want to say what's up to them. Tell Lil Cuz I love him and stuff like that. But that was a real heartwarming message, man. And I will be there with y'all in the month of August. We definitely gonna kick it. Happy Father's Day, Cream. What's the word, big dog? I ain't making no noise, man. Trying to do a whole lot, you know what I mean, in 24 hours. And sometimes, man, it gets rough. First of all, uh, I picked up another job, and I think I was telling y'all about that. I'm working third shift at Kraft, and so I was trying to put some bread together. You know what I mean? Had a few little options in mind. I'm just gonna pray about the situation. Is try to make this move to the ATL. Um, I'll tell you about the trip here in a minute. Then we're gonna do the Father's Day. I got a lot I'm trying to cram in, or either you know what I mean. My credit union man had came to me, and she said that anytime that I get ready to buy a house, that they was ready to you know what I mean put me inside a house. Christina, what's going down? I ain't heard from you all day. Did you even go to church? Yeah, okay. But meanwhile, so the credit union was telling me like, listen, um, when you get ready, you know what I mean, to try to make this move, because I was talking to Lindsay, my branch manager, and man, you know, she was the one that was helping me put my credit and stuff together. Bob, salute. I heard y'all going to Las Vegas. Happy Father's Day, cuzzo. And so they was helping me put my credit together. So you know, they put me in a little Buick or whatever. And so she was saying that you know, the mortgage department, if I wanted to do something with the house, then I would do it. So you know, I got a guy named Tricky Ricky. We call him E. You dig what I'm saying? You might see him, you know, doing a little clothes. My man E. And then shout out to Donald Hinton. You dig what I'm saying? And doing the houses and you know, messing with the whether you flipping them or whether you know what I mean, you renting them out and stuff like that. Then shout out to little Landon, man. I cut this little guy's hair, and he's a little young guy, man. He's like 27, man. And him and his father, you know, they into buying properties and they into like property management and stuff like that, man. And so, you know, I've been having a few people put bugs in my ear. Shout out to Paper Paul. Happy Father's Day to Paper Paul, too. So I wanted to try to, you know what I mean, get down on my first house, you know. So in order to do that, you know, the Bear Truth or the Bear Cave is already a LLC. You dig what I'm saying? And so I got that in January of this year. So it's an official business. And so um it's doing good, you know what I mean? The barbershop by appointments. That's how basically how mine's run. But I do pretty decent, you know what I mean? Thanks be to God, you know what I mean, for bringing me clientele. And shout out to all of the guys that come and get their hair cut by me. Happy Father's Day to y'all, or trust me to cut your shorty's hair or whatever. And so, make a long story short, I wanted to get like a second income. And so craft, you know, third shift, 22.25 an hour, man. And when I tell you they giving money away, not to say it like that, but the job is easy. It's a lot of machines that do the work, and you just kind of like in there making sure everything is going right, making sure everything is being weighed out right, and just putting it in the freezer, man. And so I got a cool crew that I work with. You dig what I'm saying? Vernon Lee, my man Irwin. I work with Willie Ann. Y'all probably know about Snooky. Snooky's been training me. You know, me and her go to school together. So shout out to her. Happy Father's Day to Stevie Hodges. That's my bro. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, um, so I've been working in there, and so my hours was off. So I'm working in there at night. I'm trying to cut hair during the day. You dig what I'm saying? And it was I went down to the ATL, last week, and kind of visit with my sister and stuff like that, and visit, my peoples down there. We had to. I just wanted to see what the atmosphere felt like. So you know what I mean? Okay, I used to live there before, but when you step off a plane in Atlanta, man, it's like a black mecca. It's like black people is down there everywhere and they thriving. You dig what I'm saying? And they listen, man. I gotta tell you, I got a friend that was down there, and she came and she took me shopping. You know what I mean? She chauffeured me around. So listen to this. Just in her parking lot of where she lives at, I caught myself just standing in the parking lot counting how many Benzes and Beamers and like Audis was in the parking lot. You dig what I'm saying? I got to the mall and I was doing the same thing. And it was just like, fam, you do not see people driving hoopties in Atlanta. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if it's an old school, it's fixed up. Maybe like somewhere down in the hood, you dig what I'm saying? They might be still doing it. But I got to tell you, when you in Atlanta, man, they doing big things. They making moves, and I'm talking about, man, they was driving nice cars. And the atmosphere is like rich. It just seemed like everybody down there is doing something. And so, I'm at a good space in my life, man, where I didn't put the liquor down. I don't do no any types of drugs or anything like that. I'm super focused. So why not go back down there and try my hand? Got the public speaking and stuff going on. I write a little bit of music. What if I could probably ink a song or something, get into song producing or writing some music for somebody. My sister into stand up comedy. Big Ja, he does a lot with that camcorder. You dig what I'm saying? Terranique, she's got like a little boutique going on. I could sell anything. So I just wanted to be in the place to be, to feel like what it was like. You know what I mean? And just to see her down there. The houses that she has bought and invested money into. She got a nice townhouse. Then she's got another house she's renting out to her daughter and her husband. Then she's got another house that she's waiting on to be built. And so as of right now, uh, the trip might be delayed, but that's what was going on in a whole week. And so what had happened was my sleeping schedule went to dirt. I'm talking about, it was trash, because when I got off the plane, by being down there, I had messed my sleeping schedule up. So then when I came back, it was just like I was sleeping all day. I was missing haircuts, and then Friday and Saturday I had to catch up. And so I literally woke up Thursday night at 7:30 Thursday night to go to work at 10 o'clock. Right, went to work at 10 o'clock Thursday. Didn't get off until 6:30 in the morning on Friday, and did not go to sleep until like Friday at midnight, because I cut hair from Friday morning from 8 to damn near about 10 o'clock at night, trying to catch up on all the haircuts of people that have been missing me. And so thank y'all, man, for sticking with me and being patient. And, for the people that I didn't get, you know what I mean, that I missed. You dig what I'm saying, man? Keep rocking. It be like that, man. Glad Bob is tuned in, because sometimes, man, as a barber, man, you just can't do it all. And if you just keep them clippers going, fam, you won't have no life. You won't have like no life at all. And I hate it, because they trust me now. And now I'm their barber. And this is what it is. Then shout out to this dude named Vernon, man. I ran into him last night. He's over in Moline. And let me look him up. Vernon offered me a job, man. He wants me to come past his barbershop in East Moline, the hair gallery. And he was just like, man, he got a chair. But listen to this, that was a blessing just to see him last night. But when I was in the ATL, my sister got a friend, and he's got a barbershop called the Men's Room, where he's got a couple of barbers in there. He's got a free chair in there, And then he's also selling like suits. He sells suits for like men's and stuff like that. I think my old man in Indianapolis, he got a couple of suits from him, right? And so make a long story short, he offered me a chair too. So he said, if you come down to the ATL, he was just like, he gonna roll out the red carpet for me. He said, I got a chair for you. He says, and even if I do put a barber in this chair right here, he said, if I gotta go get another chair and put it in here, he said, I'm gonna make sure that you got a chair when you get there. So how real is God? You know what I mean? And I gotta give the glory to him because it ain't nobody but him. You know what I mean? To almost be out the joint for like 2 years and getting these different types of doors open for me and these different opportunities, man. And so uh that's what it was, man. That's why we was missing like last week. Me and G Nice, we're gonna try to get back. We're gonna get back on track on Wednesdays. I'm man, listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do my best to get some of my haircuts out of the way early, try to get some rest, and I'm gonna try to hit the podcast right before I go to work. So if we hit and we miss, don't worry about it. We're gonna keep it going until I can get a schedule. And maybe like on some days that I miss, what I might do is I might just like sit down and just do like one of those like little cool posts where we might just do something inspirational and then post it and then y'all just speak up on it because that's love. Because I gotta tell you, man, this weekend I ran into people. I went to the bank, I went to the credit union, man, and was cashing my check and the teller wasn't even the teller that I was talking to, but she reached over his head and she was just like, "Where you been at? And how come you haven't been posting?" And I'm like, man, went to the mall and ran into somebody else, and it was like, "Hey, what's going on? We ain't seen you. Like you didn't." Because usually, if I'm gonna miss, then I make like a little commercial, and then I'll be like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be gone and stuff like that. And it was like, "Where you been at? You didn't post." So listen, I am humbled. Please believe I am humbled that y'all have even set up your schedule to even check the bare truth out. That means that we making moves, and ain't no telling what state or other city that people might feel like y'all feel, man. So thank you, Quad City, for rocking with me, man. Stand up with me, cause ain't no telling where we might go. You ain't no telling. Bare truth might even be a TV. We might even take it to TV. What if somebody offered me like a TV show? Boy, I'm gonna ship y'all so many bottles of grape juice for everybody for free. We're gonna be in the park. We're gonna throw a big thing in the park. Man, we're gonna even have grape juice in a keg. You dig what I'm saying? Grape juice gonna be everywhere. You dig what I'm saying? Everywhere. This will give you the runs too if you ain't ready for it. If your body ain't ready for it, straight grape juice will mess you up. Crystal, what's up? Thank you for saying Happy Father's Day. I ain't seen you in a while, and thank y'all for all the Happy Father's Day shout outs. It was cool. I appreciate that, Katie. Yup, you looked out for that, and Christina, thank you. Nicole shouted me out for Happy Father's Day. She said, "Send mine now, grape juice." Yeah, ain't no sense sending it in the mail. I got to come down there in August, man, for the wedding. So I'm just gonna come with a case of grape juice, tear the whole wedding up. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Tasha's daughter who had her graduation little party today. I slid through there, man, and ate real big, man, and stuff like that. But listen, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, man. Today is Sunday. I got a couple of videos I want to show y'all, and then we're just gonna talk briefly, like on the three different videos, and I want y'all to just keep them in mind of what they saying, and I'll just comment on them. I gotta get out the way because I gotta go get my roommate some stuff from the store. You dig what I'm saying? Then I gotta go to work. But yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, all my guys that's in the joint. Happy birthday to Sonya. She had a 50th birthday party. My little cousin Willie, man, what's up? Auntie and them said that they went through there and got some clogs from you at the store. Little Willie down there, he done moved from Burlington to Nap. So I'm gonna see you during the family reunion, cuz you dig what I'm saying? Because if I don't find nowhere to stay in the I might just be coming to the Nap. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray about it because I got options. I was talking to Auntie, talking to my sister. She getting a house built, so that was basically the move. Cuz was to get down there with her and kind of team up because when you go to the you got to have some family support, boy. The rent's sky high down there. You dig what I'm saying? And so unless you got it together, when you go down there, you better, what I mean, have be ready to make moves. So I'm gonna try to get somewhere where I got a safety net. So then that way I can be successful. But yeah, shout out to my little cousin, little Willie, man. Keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you too to go from Burlington as a manager for them to ship you down to Nap to another store out in Speedway. You know what I mean? Never despise small beginnings, cuz I'm gonna tell you something. I was just talking to a lady and she was just saying how her son, you know, uh he ain't nothing but like 22, but he hooked up with this guy, right? And make a long story short, she was showing me their website, and cuz, you know what I mean, they got like a little sneaker business, an online sneaker business, and I've been seeing you posting your sneakers. Get that knowledge of what's going on in there and that management and stuff like that. And who know, cuz you might be that one. Open up that sneaker business, you dig what I'm saying, where you got them exclusive kicks and stuff like that. Cause you got enough family, boy, where we ain't gonna do number shop with you. You dig what I'm saying? And matter of fact, TT's son, he be doing his thing online selling kicks. So get with cuz, and ain't no telling what y'all might be able to do. I'm gonna speak that into existence, the family business, the shoe business. Dominic Singleton, what's up, my dude? I be seeing him and his grandson, man. He always posting his grandson. Happy Father's Day to you too, bro. I appreciate that. But you know what? Happy Father's Day to our Heavenly Father. For if anybody that believe in God, you know what I mean, let me get that out the way first and foremost. I say Happy Father's Day. But Happy Father's Day to our Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? Because today is a special day for us, just like Mother's Day is a special day for y'all. You know what I mean? Because especially like, you know, even though it's Father's Day, some of us could possibly still be in like that little funk. You know what I mean? I'm taking okay. Yeah, I had to make sure I was still rocking. But some of us can still be in that funk because, like, me and my kids, man, we stay on the ropes, we stay on the wire, we stay falling out. You dig what I'm saying? Like Wizzy, she said Happy Father's Day. I didn't even hear from Noob today, and it's cool. I sent her a Mother's Day shout out, but we ain't been doing gifts. I ain't do gifts for birthdays. I ain't do gifts for Christmas. They on the ropes right now. My grandson, his birthday is coming up next week. He'll be 14, and we done had some little hiccups in here and there, and I don't know, man. When you disappear out of a kid's life and then for like 14 years, just imagine being gone for like 15 years and then all of a sudden you come home. You dig what I'm saying? And then you try to pick up the pieces as a father. And, you know, a lot of times, and I ain't gonna say a lot of times, I don't know about nobody else, but in my life, it ain't going good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen it when it came home, everybody was there with the warm welcome, you know what I mean, jumping into your arms. But then there's a part of fatherhood where you have to show discipline and you still have to be able to give advice and give knowledge. You know what I mean? And this generation is not so receptive of knowledge. You dig what I'm saying? That's that's my Pastor Livingston, man. He is the dopest, man. And I mean dope in a good way. You don't want to never say dope with a pastor with so much going on. Next thing you know, y'all be all on the thing talking about, I said Pastor Livingston be doing dope. You dig what I'm saying? No, I ain't saying he doing dope. I'm saying Pastor Livingston is dope. He's our spiritual father at Mount Sinai. And I'll talk about that here in a minute too. But listen, so back to what I'm trying to say. As a father, today we want to celebrate this day, whether or not you on the best terms with your kids or not. Keep this in mind as you give respect to the heavenly Father. Just know that He chose you to be a father of the kids that you put here on this earth. And so the woman can carry the kid for 9 months, but it's the man's seed that birthed the child. You dig what I'm saying? That gave birth to the child. You dig what I'm saying? It's his seed. You know what I mean? And so as a father, man, you really got a duty to try to be a part of them kids' life. My kids is grown, and so it's a hit and miss. You dig what I'm saying? Like when we having fun and we kicking it, or like with my youngest one, when we spending money, me and Wiz is cool. We to the beat. But if you try to give Wiz any advice, it's over. You dig what I'm saying? She ain't trying to listen to nothing. And from this younger generation, by seeing other kids, I understand that this is some idiocy that they all going through. Like cousin Titi said, Titi said they whack. She was like, they think they smart, and she said they don't know nothing. She says all of them. She said they whack, and I hate to say it, they got this little page too that's on Facebook called F These Kids. And sometimes I be want to be a part of it, but I be reading the post and I be laughing because I did accept the invite. But it's true, man. This younger generation of shorties, man, they off, because I'm from a generation where you used to get beat in the face. You know, we got multiple slap sandwiches, so it wasn't a lot of disrespectful talk and a lot of talk back, because you'll find you'll find yourself on the floor. Or, I had a grandmother or mom and them people that would pick up anything and whoop you with it. You dig what I'm saying? So you couldn't really show out where I come from. You dig what I'm saying? But now they show out, and the first thing they'll say, "I'm gonna call the police on you." Okay, I get it. But yeah. So happy Father's Day to all my guys, and don't be discouraged, because here it is. God the Father is the perfect Father. If you've seen the video that I dropped today, He's the perfect Father. So um, there is nothing that, what I mean, you can't go to Him and ask for. You can go to Him in prayer. You could talk to Him about any and every situation, and He ain't gonna never let you down. So when we don't know what to do or we don't know how to do, you can just tap in with Him. Tap him in, man, and get him in a situation. Let him know, like, listen, I might have messed up. Repair it. Show me what to do. Show me what to say. Show me how to love when I don't know how to love. But then at the same time, show me how to show tough love when I need to. Because at the same time, we got an issue with God when it comes to following His standards of the Bible. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't want to do what He want us to do, or live the way that He's asking us to live. And He ain't saying it because He don't want you to have fun. He's trying to tell you, because there's a path that you can take that's going to bring your life destruction. There's a scripture in the world. He says, there's a way that seems right to a man. He says, but the end thereof is destruction. So a lot of times what our kids can't see, they listen to this little dumb music. They popping all of these little dumb drugs, and everybody's smoking, and they doing this and that, and they think it's right. They think they having fun. Listen, to them, life is a blast, and they lit, they turned up, they little stupid clothes. You dig what I'm saying? All they little stupid phrases, and everybody laughing. Everybody think they cooler than a fan, but you don't even understand. You headed to a crash course. You running straight into a wall, a brick wall, and then soon as something happened, woe is me. Guess who you're gonna look for though? You're gonna be looking for your parents. You're gonna be looking for your mama and your daddy. You're gonna be looking for that advice, because now you need them to talk to you. You need them to say something to kill them jitters or that stomach from hurting, because you're looking at that judge. Somebody dead, something else done happened, and now you ain't really as smart as you thought you was. You dig what I'm saying? And so what am I saying? To all the fathers, don't give up. Don't be discouraged, man. Today, celebrate yourself. Even if you ain't been the best father, I don't care. You know what I mean? Celebrate yourself, man. Pat yourself on the back and thank God, man, that He put you in a position to be a father, because, it's a hit and a miss. And I'm going to show y'all this one video that I think is cool. You dig what I'm saying? And check this one out real quick. It's got Denzel in it. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Pain is passed down from father to son and son to son. Be mindful of that. Sometimes it's unfair, and sometimes we take it out on those we love. I'm guilty of that frustration that we all have. But we have a responsibility and a duty to be fathers, not to just make babies, but to be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So be a man.
Yeah, and so I was cutting it like a little bit short. I'm trying to do my little editing things. I can't wait to get with y'all. That's the reason why the ATL is so fresh for me. Cause Grice be doing podcasts. I call Grice my big sister, and I think that that would be really dope if me and her did a podcast, and maybe if we had my nephew John, like editing and stuff like that. She done did some acting and stuff like that. So I got all kind of ideas for like short films and stuff. But just talking about my editing of the video, I cut off the little part where he was saying, so be a man. And that's the message that he was trying to say. Be a man. He says that you have a duty as a father to pass it on to your son or to your daughter, to do some good by them. He said, if you want any good to happen to you, you got to do some good to them. And one thing that my kids can never say, they can't never say that I've never been good to them or been good by them. That's one thing you won't take from me. Nobody can take that from me. I don't care what you say I went to prison for, what was happening over here. I was drunk, I was selling dope, I was out here in the streets, you know what I mean, on count, nation business. I don't care any negative label that you want to put against me. One thing you will never take from me, you can never say that Bear was not, good to his kids. And I'm good to any kids that I'm around. You dig what I'm saying? Oli know that. You know what I mean? Her kids, that's that biologically mine. I love them like they mines. You dig what I'm saying? And the times is so now, it's just like ain't none of us at the best. We not none of us on the best terms that you would like to be. Thank you, Jada. I appreciate that. She says, "Great father you are." But I mean, Jada, no, she my sister, so we go way back. And we was just talking about Terranique and them growing up. How I used to bring them over to her house. Local Los know that because me and Local Los used to jump on the highway and come and get my daughter, my niece, and my nephew and stuff like that. Lil Debo is just like mine. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like an uncle figure to him. I am like an uncle figure to him when he was coming up because that's how my grandmother and them raised us. You know what I mean? They always showed us love. And even my family in Indianapolis, I don't care who you stay with, they treated you like you was one of theirs. And I don't know nothing else. You dig what I'm saying? And so if you and your kids relationship is not at the best, you dig what I'm saying, just make sure that you gave it your best to do good by them. You dig what I'm saying? Because I believe what Denzel is saying, that's it's kind of sort of like from a biblical standpoint. Even though the Bible says, do not be deceived, God is not mocked, for you will reap what you sow. So that's universal to anybody. Whatever you put out into this earth, that's what's coming back to you. But when it comes to your kids, you have a special duty to them. You dig what I'm saying? And anything I got, my kids got. You know what I mean? And that's not the issue. That's never gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? And if they ain't got something and they really, really need something, you dig what I'm saying? I'll go and get a job at McDonald's for it. You dig what I'm saying? But my situation ain't that my kids is hurting, that they need materialistic stuff. You dig what I'm saying? Like that. um our relationship is more on attitude and, okay, what is adulthood and father. You dig what I'm saying? And I keep telling y'all this from like plenty of times before, like I always try to tell them, it's like, if I can be father when we out shopping or when we out having fun or when we doing something cool, I gotta be father when it's some negativity going on or when something bad is happening in your life, when it's time for me to give you that advice. If I can't be your father during that time, then we got a problem. Because I'm saying there is no cutoff. There is no light switch to this shit. You dig what I'm saying? I dropped the ball when I went to prison. I'll accept that. You dig what I'm saying? But I always reached out. I always wrote letters. You dig what I'm saying? I always try to call whenever I could get a number to where they at. That if I if we didn't connect when we was in prison, that wasn't because I never tried. It's just because in there, that's the most I can do is send a letter or make a call. Now, if I got a number, I'm calling. You dig what I'm saying? If I got an address, I'm writing. You know what I mean? And so I just never have been a deadbeat father. It's not in me. You dig what I'm saying? And I owed a lot of that to Horse. When Horse, me and my sister was talking about that when I was in the A. When Horse came into our life, you know what I mean? From day one, you know what I mean? He treated us like his kids. And so by him being with my mom, I got a chance to see what a man was, what a father figure was. Now, shout out to my biological father in Indianapolis, even though I didn't live with him, you dig what I'm saying? In his presence too, I got the feed from him too. So I had the best of both life. I got two fathers, one passed, Horse passed, so rest in peace to my father Horse. But that's basically what I'm saying. I like the Denzel skit because what it does do, it does tell you, like, man, listen, we got a duty to just do more than just make babies. Y'all dudes out here running around here, you dig what I'm saying? Anybody can go lay up with somebody and not wear a condom and knock them up and then have a kid. You dig what I'm saying? But you got to take care of your kids. I take my hat off to my cousin Koki, man. I was talking to Koki the other day, and Koki was saying, he counted off how many kids he had, and I want to say he had like 9 kids and like 5 grandkids. We was just through text, and he was just saying, he was working 2 jobs. He was like, man, I'm working 2 jobs, man, because he got to maintain it. You dig what I'm saying? And whether it's child support or whether he just got to be that stand up or do what you got to do to make sure that your kids is eating. You know what I mean? You got to do that. You dig what I'm saying? And so you got that duty. Now I'm gonna show you this other guy. He was pretty cool too, and he said something that was pretty smooth. So I'm gonna listen to. I want y'all to listen to him, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about that one.
A good father is one of the most unsung, unappreciated, unnoticed, and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society. And in a society where absentee fathers are more common than not, I salute those men who, no matter what, always manage to show up for their kids. And although biology makes men fathers, it's the man that steps up in another man's absence that makes him a dad. And there is nothing more beautiful or more empowering than watching a man loving and doing right by his kids.
Okay, that was dope, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause remember I was just telling you that when I first met Oli had kids, you know, but I was always raised like, you know what I mean. If you and I'm gonna tell you, I get that example from Horace. Real talk. Horace is he's the blueprint to what I used to do. If I ever meet a woman and she's got children, I got it from him. But then my grandmother, she used to take on everybody kids and love them too. My mom was like that. My mom would get nieces and nephews and anybody in our family. Anybody can stay at anybody's house. I used to stay at my auntie Marianne in them house and hen to the fence. Shout out to my uncle Henry. He played the father role to me too. Sixth grade, junior high, high school, doing chores, getting my which is allowance. You get allowance at the end of the week. A horse was Uncle Hen was the first one to ever give me allowance. You dig what I'm saying? And so notice how he said, um, even if the kids are not biologically yours and you step up to be a father, I was like, you know what I mean? That's dope because sometimes guys, which y'all need to recognize though too, when you get with a woman and she has kids, God just blessed you again. You might look at her kids and be like, man, damn, she got some bad kids, man. Them kids is bad as hell. It's like, man, that's a deal breaker. Sometimes you go over there and they kids so bad. You dig what I'm saying? But just think about this. If you really love this lady and you trying to be with her and y'all get this bond and y'all get this connection and she's got these kids, those kids is a blessing. And this is why I feel like this. It's because God is again entrusted in you to be somebody that can step up to the plate, that can mold somebody into being great, that can be the next leader in this community, that could be a doctor, a nurse, I don't care, lawyer. I don't care what they're gonna do in life, but what he's doing is he's putting somebody in your presence, and he's asking you also to step up, to be mature. Sometimes, have you ever noticed this? Um, and it might and it might go, and then it might like fizzle out. But man, when you first have your first kid, when you look at your baby and you hold your baby, man, for some odd reason, you want to get serious about life. It's like, man, I got to get off BS. I got this baby here on this earth. I gotta, I gotta feed this baby. When I looked at Nubia for the first time, man, I looked at this little girl and I'm looking at her nose and I'm looking like, this is me. This is all our family. I'm just looking at my baby and I'm like, I gotta get my life together. Like, I gotta do something important. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell you, man, when Venice, I got pregnant with her, boom, I went and literally was working at Ventures in Indianapolis. And I was, man, I'm talking about before she even got here, man, I saved up like so many sleepers, so many blankets and pacifiers and bottles because that's what a child do. Hold on, what up, G Nice? He says fatherhood is a reckoning with who we are, good and the bad. It's difficult to buck learned behavior, but we do it. And that's truth. Let's post that, G Nice. Let's post that. I meant to send y'all the links, man. I was running behind time. I woke up late, and man, I am on my way to work. So let's get this. G Nice said, a fatherhood is reckoning with who we are, good and the bad. It's difficult to buck learned behavior, but we do it. And that's true because say you get with this girl and say she's got kids. Man, you gotta get your mouth right, man, when you're around them kids. your life together on when you hanging around these people and their kids, man, so that when you hanging around them, that you making sure that you know what I mean. You're saying the right things. You're not showing them stuff that they ain't supposed to see. Cause that was like one of my downfalls. Like you know what I mean. Like Seville and them, they seen like Nubia and them, they seen some of my street life. That's the reason why Nubia is the way she is. When she dress fly just like me. She's a go getter. She know how to get money. She stay on her money. Nubia don't need no man to do nothing for her because she know how to get money. You dig what I'm saying? I remember running into Seville in the county jail, and he was telling me one time. He said, "Man, you remember that one time you thought you had lost that powder?" He was like, "Man, I took it, man." And he's like, I messed it up because I was trying to cook it up and I hid it from you." And he was like, "Man," and it was just like it shocked me that he was paying attention and watching me that much to the point that now he was trying to cook up work. You dig what I'm saying? And so those one of the bad things that I gotta say that hey, you know what I mean. You gotta be mindful. So even if you in a house and the kids ain't yours, man, pull yourself together, man. You dig what I'm saying? God has put you as the man of this household, and you're supposed to be a leader. Can't be no leader if you high all day and you drunk all day. Today ain't one of them messages. We ain't getting down on nobody for the past because you might drink and you might smoke. That ain't what it is. We talking about fatherhood. And so, but I will say this. If you are if you got something in your life that's an addiction that's taking you off of your square from being a father, deal with it. Because once again, like Denzel said, you owe it to them kids to do good by them. You dig what I'm saying? And you can't do good by your kids if you're in prison. You can't do good to your kids if you drunk or if you high or if you dead. You dig what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you dig what I'm saying? My little vacation for the 15 years, I can't really say it was my idiotic like decisions and moving fast without thinking. But it was a bogus situation that went down and it shouldn't have happened, man. And so I I hurt for me and my kids because I feel like they got the bad end of the stick two times. Because as I'm trying to fight for my life, I love my kids. You dig what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that sometimes, like, oh, I was listening to DC Young Fly when his wife had died. When I was in Atlanta, his wife was being buried in the same little county where my sister and them live, Fairburn. And if you listen on my page, he was just talking about, he's a man of God. And when his girl died, you know what I mean? One of the things he says, sometimes life just throws you a curveball. And remember, man, I done told y'all so many times. It was so wild to just hear him say that. And it was like, man, how many times have I told you that life just throws you a curveball? And we got hit with a curveball that affected everybody. It affected my father's financial thing because they went into their finances, man, and they came up with like thousands. You dig what I'm saying? To try to get lawyers and just thousands on my books. My mom spent thousands just on my phone, gas money, visiting me. My sister books and putting stuff on. I'm not talking about books, my books in prison. I'm talking about reading books and stuff like that. And so sometimes when life throws you a curveball, you got to accept it. And so, fathers, whether you got hit with a curveball or whether you dealing with an addiction, you still owe it to your kids, man, to you know what I mean, to get up there. Oh, he says, I miss your comment on my comment. Laptop froze. I'm kind of talking about it. Hey, what's up, Mixing Mel? What's up, my dude? Happy Father's Day to you too, my bro. Yeah, that's my big bro. What's going down? But yeah, what I was trying to say, those behaviors that we have, and then when the kids get here, G Nice, you owe it to them kids to fix them behaviors. You know what I mean? And you know how it is. Like when you first see your kids, uh, it'll make you want to change your life. It'll make you want to get it together. And now I'm talking about sometimes when life throws you a curveball, some things gonna happen that you just can't help. And it might put you in a bad situation. And that's where me and my kids is at. Because I can guarantee you right now, take the 14 and a half years, 14 years and 8 months that I was gone from my kids, they would be a little bit different. I'm not saying that kids ain't gonna go through what they was going through. They wouldn't have been doing this and that, but a lot of stuff I don't go for. A lot of stuff I wasn't playing. You dig what I'm saying? I was on grades. I was on sports in school. I'm there. And you dig what I'm saying? And that's just simple. It's just a simple fact. It's 100. It's the bare truth. A father is necessary in the home. The mothers can love them and nourish them and pick them up. And sometimes mothers, you do a good job with your sons, but it takes a man to raise a man. And matter of fact, since we're talking like that, let's go ahead. 846. Let me do this one. I'm gonna show y'all this other video, and then we're gonna talk about that because this now we're going into something real. Let's go. All right.
Pain is passed down from father to son and son to son. Be mindful of that. Sometimes it's unfair, and sometimes we take it out on those we.
A good father is one of the most unsung, unappreciated, unnoticed, and yet one of the most.
Pain is passed down from father to son and son.
Trying to find the right one.
Pain is passed down from father to son.
Okay. It didn't load. Let me see something. Let me see if I can get it to load. It's one by TD Jakes. Oh, okay. Yep, I loaded 101. I loaded 100 twice. Give it a minute. Let's do this. It's loading. But okay, back to what G Nice was saying and the curveball and being able to give your kids something, being in their life, fathers. Just be mindful of this. You got to hear this little thing that TD Jakes is saying. Give it a second to process it. It's about a minute. And the only advice that I can give y'all today on Father's Day is just like be mindful of this. If you free and you out here in the world, let's say, man, you going through something, man, you done hit a bad lick, man. We all done hit a bad lick, man. We all going through something. But don't you know on how you bounce back? Don't you know that you're an example to the kids? And so whatever example or whatever you want them to be in life, don't you know that the kids has got to be able to see it? If they can't see it, then well, how are you asking them to be something that they can't see? And just look at this generation now. Everybody on their phone. Everybody on their phone. And you dig what I'm saying? So what can they possibly be? Hold on. I think we about ready. All right, I got it. Check this one out because what he just said is so super duper real.
How the Father made him rich or famous. He talked about how the Father loved him. When you take the Father's love from the child, or the Father doesn't know how to give love to the child outside of the woman, the child is damaged. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Let me get some water here for a minute. Wait. I came to this glass to get some water, but it had none. No matter how thirsty I am, it has no water. I can't get any water poured into me because it had no water poured into it. It is hard to pour into people what was not poured into you.
How real is that, man? You dig what I'm saying? When I got that, and it was more, and I just took that little excerpt right there because uh I wanted to share that because you know what? That's so true. Um what if it's like this and you inside a house or maybe you a father and you really don't even know how to be a father. Nobody was ever a father to you. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful that God placed some good guys in my life. You know what I mean? My granddaddy Robert, you know what I mean? He was with my grandmother, you know what I mean? And he was always hardworking. You know what I mean? I remember him coming home every day, taking off them boots, face and stuff dirty. I remember my grandmother getting off work, you know what I mean, off the candy thing. So I always seen somebody working in my house. Now, my uncles and them, that's another story. Now, some of them had the construction jobs and they was doing their things, but they was hustlers. They was fresh. They was fly. My biological father, he's a hard worker, and he was always fresh. He kept a clean car. He liked cologne. He had like little jewelry on, rings on. I remember being a little kid riding with him, and when people used to say, "Man, you look just like your dad. You look just that's a little on the corner right there. That's on." Man, he looked just like his dad. Do you know how proud that makes you as a little kid that somebody tell you you like your dad, and then you look at your dad and you seem like fresh, he clean. Back then they used to have a curl. He used to keep a nice little curl, but he kept a fresh car. You dig what I'm saying? And so when I seen my uncles in them selling weed, or I seen him, with the fresh Stacy Adams, my Uncle Punk, my Uncle Fish, my Uncle Toma Lee, riding Cadillacs and stuff like that, man. You know, I was blessed and cursed. I seen some good examples, and then I seen some bad examples. That's the reason why I know how to work, and I know how to hustle. I know how to grind. Now, I'm saying all of that to say this: what's in you? You dig what I'm saying? And then, if a real man is not in you, it don't take you that long to understand that, man, you just ain't got it. And sometimes maybe you don't know how to do it. Why you think the other month we was talking about mental health? Because sometimes you just ain't got it. Eugene Westerfield, what's up, big dog? Tasha Thomas, what's up? Man, Tosh, I sure hope y'all got some food tomorrow, boy, because I'm coming back through there. Them ribs was so fire. Tasha had a birthday party. Shout out to Lonzo, her dad. Lonzo, man, did some ribs. Man, the ribs was so fire. It's out of control. Okay, CPT said, that's good talk. Hard to pour into people when it's not poured into you. Okay, so let me put that up there real quick because that's important. And that's what he was doing. TD Jakes walked over to a table, and then he was just like, I'm thirsty, I need some water. But when he lifted up the glass was empty. And he said, there's no water in there. So you can't get no water out of a glass that wasn't no water poured into the glass. So no matter how thirsty you are, or no matter how hard you're trying to be a man, if a man wasn't poured into you, you just can't show it to no kids. You don't know how to do it. You dig what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I was blessed. I had some good examples from my uncles all the way up, and then Horace came into our life. And then when I was with my father, the different things that he did show me as a father, you know what I mean, is, I hold on to him. And then when I went to prison, the way he just, he held me down, you know what I mean? And he just showed me unconditional love the whole 14 years I was there. You dig what I'm saying? I remember one time too, uh, my old man, he had stopped drinking. And I remember one time he used to have like a bar downstairs in his basement, man. And he had like fifths of everything you can imagine, from Remy, Martell, Henny, from dark to white. The bar down in the basement used to just be packed. And so me and my little brother, me and my little brother and my cousin Spooner and my cousin little Larry, we'll come down there and polish off a couple of bottles. I'm down there for the weekend, so it's like we ain't got to go to no liquor store. We could just go down there, man, and just get it in. You dig what I'm saying? And I remember a couple of wild episodes because the Grice Boys is rough. If you ever come to Naptown and you see us at our worst, we're gonna get drunk, we're gonna fight each other, we're gonna cuss each other out, and all types of stuff. The next day when we sober up, it's gonna be back to love, but that's how it goes down. And so one time I had came into the house, man, and I think me and Perk had got into an argument out in the neighborhood, and we was out there about to fight in the streets. And so the next day, man, he was so mad. He said, "Listen," he says, "I can't tell you what to do because you're grown." He says, "I can't tell you to stop drinking." He says, "But do me a favor." He says, "When you come to my house," he says, "don't bring no liquor into my house." And he says, "And don't drink while you're in my house." And he says, "If my bar is a problem to you when you come to my house," he said, "just let me know, man." And he says, "I'll wrap it up and I'll put it up when you come. Anytime you come, you're welcome to come down into this basement. Because every time I come to nap, I always go to the crib. And I go straight down into the basement, bring my clothes down there, and that's where I'm at." And he's like, "Listen, the basement is yours. You always can come down here. You can always sleep. But if I need to wrap the liquor up," he said, "I'll do it." He says, "But you cannot drink in my house." He says, "That's the only way that I can help you." And you know what I mean? I'm listening to him as my father, like, damn, like, man, you just, I'm in my heart, on the inside, I'm thinking like, damn, you ain't say that, you know what I mean? When you was going through your little phase, that's what I wanted to say, but that's my old man. I ain't gonna never disrespect him like that. But when I left, and now as I got a little bit older, I understood what he was trying to tell me. He was trying to say, listen, man, I done been through them phases. That's destruction. So when you at my house, up under my roof and up under my rules, you can't drink. Don't bring no liquor into my house. Don't bring no beer into my house. And don't drink nothing out of my house. And if I need to put my liquor up, I'll put it up for you. He didn't even say, you can't come to my house because I got liquor down there. He's like, no, the basement is yours and I'll put it up. That's love. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to understand that that's what tough love is about. And so as we're getting ready to wrap this up, I just want to say, man, listen, it's a blessing, man, to do the podcast again because I missed y'all. And so, with this job, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to try to get this in because this is a part of my life now. I think we a part of each other's life. This is how it goes. We chop it up, we talk. When y'all leave y'all comments, that's how it goes, man. We inspire each other. As much as I'm inspiring y'all inspire me. Sometimes I go back and I watch the podcast and I get something from it because that's just what God is doing. It ain't nothing that I'm doing. This is what God is doing. And so take this if you don't take nothing else. Look at your kids and the role that you play in their life, or what kind of kids that you got in your household that you might be responsible for, and be serious about it. Happy Father's Day ain't just yelling now. Happy Father's Day because you done, like Denzel said, you done made some babies. Nah, anybody can make some babies, but it take a real man to step up to that plate and say, okay, what I mean, I'm gonna be a father in your life, and if I ain't got it together, I'm gonna figure this thing out. Go to somebody and ask some questions, man. Go get you some help. You know what I mean? They even used to have fatherhood classes in the county jail. Don't be ashamed of that. Cause just think, what if you didn't grow up with no father? I know plenty of cats that's in that in around here that didn't have no fathers and then grew up just with OGs, guys that's gang banging, that then put them on, that then gave them a pack. They gave them their first pack. Ain't nobody never walked you to school for your first day of school, but they gave you your first pack and they gave you your first gun. I come from neighborhoods where I done seen cats like that. So that's what it is. G Nice says cycle breaking is happening to all of us. Be proud of what has been overcome and knowing the path. Okay, let me post this real quick and let's see. I gotta get out of here because I gotta go. And I gotta go to the store for my roommate. My roommate is my mom, but yeah, I gotta go and then I gotta go to work. So I got about like 30 minutes. But listen to this. Cycle breaking is happening to all of us. Be proud of what has been overcome and knowing the path. I could take that a little bit from myself. I did 14 years and 8 months in a joint. I had to break a cycle of drinking liquor. I don't smoke, I don't drink because when I used to drink, I drink grape juice. This is grape juice. This is not champagne. When I used to drink liquor, I used to make bad decisions. I made bad choices. And I told myself, in order to be successful, to be a father, when I get home, I cannot pick that bottle up. So that's a cycle that I had to break. That might have broke a lot of friendships. Sometimes it's going to come with the territory. But listen to me. Happy Father's Day. Whatever you got to do, know that in your heart, I'm rocking with you. I'm praying for you. Inbox me if you need some prayers, man. But just know, man, there's people out here that's going to help you, fam. Because like Denzel said, you owe it to them kids to be good by them. If you put them here on this earth, they need more. And don't get mad because you're giving out a little funky child support check. Because, the mother is doing this and that. Sometimes it's not right. We're not about to get into all of that. They sit on public assistance and get this and that. Or either, and if she did take you to court, the kid needs love. That support check is one thing, but the kid needs somebody to sit down and talk to him and show him love and to give him a good example of what a father is and what a father should be and could be. So don't ever get it twisted, man. You owe it to them while they're here. And if nothing else, the best advice I can give any and everybody is always give thanks to the Heavenly Father, the real Father. Father's Day to Him. You dig what I'm saying? For creating us, for being our Father. If you go back on my page and check out the little message, the song called Good Good Father, go on YouTube and check out Tom. I forget his name, but he's a white guy and he's super dope. He playing it with the acoustic guitar. I just heard them brothers singing like parts of it and listen to the words of Good Good Father. You dig what I'm saying? And I thought that they was gonna go into the real lyrics, but they didn't. They only hitting you with the chorus and stuff like that. But God is a good good father, even when we ain't. All of us to fail, and ain't none of us perfect. We ain't got this together 100%. But every day you wake up, you get the chance to try it again, man. Listen, Bear Truth, I love y'all. Me and G Nice definitely gonna be back on Wednesday. I might come back tomorrow. I might do something on Tuesday. I haven't figured it out yet. I just got to get some sleep. But Wednesday, Ballhead Nuts is in effect. I love y'all, man. Peace.